Have you ever heard people talking about the 2-5-1 and thought to yourself, what does that mean? What is 2-5-1? Why is it so important and why do people use it all the time in jazz? Well, I'm here to demystify that for you. Welcome to the Jazz Improv Institute. My name is Shannon Gunn, and this is the first and hopefully many videos about jazz theory where we take complex topics and make it really super simple and easy to understand. So the 2-5-1 is in reference to actually something that's very simple, scale degrees. The 2 is talking about the chord built off the 2nd scale degree, and the 5 is talking about the chord built off the 5th scale degree. So how does that work? Well, let's use C major as an example. Here's your C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So how do I build the 2 chord? Go to the 2nd note of a scale, which is 1, 2, D. Then I'm going to build a chord utilizing the C major scale notes. D, F, A, C is your minor 7th. And that is my minor 2-7 chord. Now let's go to the 5th note of the scale, or the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's G. And now I'm going to build the notes on the G7 chord utilizing the notes within the C major scale, which is G, B, D, and F. So that's your 5-7 in the key of C. So why is this important? Because whenever you have a 2 going to the 5, it creates tension. It wants to resolve. It's moving towards the 1. So what this means is that you can play anything in the C major scale over the 2-5 because that's where it's going. Okay? So that simplifies the process of improvisation over it if you want to play a scale. So let me break it down for you visually. I'm going to pull up Notability. I use the Notability app for my staff writing, and I'm going to pull that up. Okay, so to further explain with visuals, let's say I have a C major scale. That's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. When I build my C major chord, and I always add a 7th for jazz, I'm going to build it with C, E, G, and B. Notice all of those notes are also in the scale. And that's called the 1 chord or tonic. When I build the 2 chord, and we use Roman numerals and we use lowercase to indicate minor, then I'm going to build it with the notes of the C scale. So in this case, it's diatonic, so D, F, A, C. That's a minor 2-7. Then if I go to the 5th note of the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is your 5. I'm going to build that chord off of G, B, D, and F, and that's your G7. So the 2 to the 5-7 is moving towards the 1 chord. So whenever you see a D minor 7 to a G7, it's moving towards the 1 chord. And so what that means is that you can play anything in the C major scale, and it will work over those 2 chords. Because notice all the notes within the 2 chord, D, F, A, and C, are also part of the C major scale. And all of the notes of the G7 chord, G, B, D, and F, are part of the C major scale as well. Now, this trick only works for major 1, and it only works in major. It's different for minor, so that's a different topic for a different day. But just to make sure it makes sense, let's try it again. So let's do the key of F. I'm going to put the key signature, which is 1 flat. I'm going to draw the scale. F major is F, G, A, B flat, B flat, C, D, E natural, F. And so the 1 chord is F, A, C, E, and that's major 7. The 2 chord is built off of G, utilizing the notes of the F scale, so G, B flat, D, F. And that's called your minor 2-7. And then your C chord, I'm going to start down here an octave lower on middle C, is C, E, G, B flat. I had to erase it to make room. And that is your 5-7. So once again, whenever you see a 2 to a 5-7, it's pretty much the same as the 1. So if you see and this is G minor 7 to a C7, a G minor 7 to a C7, you're pretty much able to play anything within the F major scale. How do you know which scale? Well, you see the two together, they're like sister and brother, and the tonic, or the F scale in this case, is like the parent, and you just go down 1 from the minor chord. So G going down 1 note is the 2 of F. Once you start SCALE, once you start recognizing the 2 5s in pieces of music, all of a sudden the process of improvisation becomes just much more easy to know what scale goes with what chord if you want to play scales with chords. All right, I hope that's helpful.